Welcome to week 3 of Old Testament Survey 2. We are almost to the halfway point, just a couple more weeks to go. I think our first 2 weeks got off on a strong foot. I thought the discussions last week went pretty well. I especially liked how everyone responded to my own video there. I think that we've gotten off on a very strong start. I want to just kind of go over what we're going to be doing this week and take care of some housekeeping issues. As far as housekeeping matters go, the main one so far is just your first papers. I'm almost done grading them. I just have a handful more to grade. I planned to get them done this weekend, but then the internet at my place just went out. So I apologize for that, but over the next few days, I'll be getting the rest of those graded here from my office. It takes a little bit longer just because I'm making those videos so you can instead of having just to read my comments, I'll actually make a video of my comments and go through the paper with you. So I hope those are beneficial for those who have gotten your papers. And for those who have not, I appreciate your patience on that. They should be done by the middle of the week this week, with plenty of time for you to work on this week's paper. This week we're going to be looking at Jeremiah, Micah, and Amos with a specific emphasis on the covenant and it's the role it plays not only in those prophets, but looking at it specifically in Jeremiah as it talks about the new covenant. And I would encourage you this week, the discussion board question is about the new covenant, what makes it new. I'm going to throw a challenge at you. On your initial posts, do not quote the New Testament at all. I want you to focus on the Old Testament, what the Old Testament says about the covenant, and specifically what Jeremiah says about the new covenant. In your later discussions, of course, we can go into the New Testament, but I think that it's very important. The purpose of this question is to get you thinking about from the Old Testament perspective. What does Jeremiah say about the new covenant? And most importantly, what's the Old Covenant all about? It gets a bit of a bad rap nowadays, and it has for centuries, I suppose, but it's not necessarily what most people think. So pay close attention to what the covenant actually is in the Old Testament, what it's about. Your reading will help you on that to some extent, but also what Jeremiah is specifically saying. And stay out of the New Testament at first, and then we can go in. It's kind of a challenge there. I know we have to get to the New Testament at some point if we're talking about the New Covenant, but the purpose of this discussion is to really focus on it from the Old Testament perspective first. So do that. You also have another contextualized application assignment this week. I would encourage you not to wait until the last minute to do that. On some of the ones I've been grading, it seems that some of you have just kind of thrown it together at the last minute. These will require, remember, this is grad level, master's level work, so I expect that level of output from you guys. So really pay attention, do the work, put the work in, make sure you're interacting with not only the biblical text, but other sources, specifically your textbook reading, but any other sources that might be needed. But really put the effort in, and if you have any questions at all, let me know. That's it for now, and I'll see you on the discussion boards. And as always, if you have any questions or anything, just please let me know.